that our dear friend Jimmy Tanico created in his 6.5-ounce crumb cakes. It's a choice of flavors. One of them is French toast, and you can get all 12 of them in the French toast. You can get all 12 in a lemon crumb, or you can get all 12 in a cinnamon, or ask about the combo, and that's way it gives you 4 of each one of the flavors, which is always my favorite way to start with anything new. If you're new, if you're someone who knows these, and oh my goodness, on your marks, get set, go. It works out to be about $3.45. Now, remember the last time you went into that coffee shop to get a crumb cake?
Yeah.
It wasn't $3.45 for this size. This is 6.5 ounces. It's big enough for 2 people, or you can make it into 4s if you want to.
I don't think you can get a convenience store cake like that.
No, there's
for
no
$3
chance.
and change,
No
right?
chance.
That's the truth.
And there's a difference in the way that they taste, and the difference in the way that they've baked because of the process that Jimmy has created. So here's the deal. This is brand new today. It's at a one-time only price. That means it goes up at the end of the show. So you will not see it at a lower price for a significant amount of time. Now you've got to decide which flavor you want to choose. And I think that the best way to kind of walk through all of that is to bring in Jimmy the Baker. Left Wall Street to become a baker in the late 1980s and has been delighting us with all his creations ever since. Jimmy the Baker, welcome back in. Nice to have you with us as always.
Hi, Jimmy.
Good to see you too. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while.
And no hat today. No hat today.
That's all right.
Where's your hat?
It's too hot for a hat in that bakery.
You remember, I am physically in the bakery. and
Yes.
it's 15 degrees hotter in here than it is outside.
I can only imagine. We want you to be
95
safe,
outside.
and
So
we
go ahead.
know the air quality is not good outside, but in here, the air quality is phenomenal
smells
because
amazing.
we're smelling everything just like it came out of your bakery,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Thank you. Well, the French toast is the new flavor.
Yes.
And gotta tell you,
Let's take a look.
the local people up here in Wappingers Falls, New York, have never been so happy because it took us 20, 30 renditions. So there's a walking trail behind here, and everybody stops in to do the tasting. And I said, we're trying to come up with a new flavor. If you can taste it without me telling you what it is, it's a winner. And oh, it took us months. And people were stopping in and tasting, and finally we landed French toast. And you know, French toast is kind of a cross between custard, if you think about it.
Yes.
Right? It's between custard, cinnamon, egg, and some vanilla. So I don't know where I got the idea from, but quite frankly, we wanted to really spice up, so to speak, our crumb cake offering.
Well,
there's lots more new flavors coming.
You know what,
So
Jimmy, and Alberti had a good point at the beginning of our show when we were tasting it for the first time. It does taste like there's syrup,
Like the syrup.
already on there,
Yeah.
like a pancakey
So
syrup.
I'm leaving out the maple.
Yeah.
Maple.
Okay.
That was the other part of it was maple. And
That's the first thing I
frankly,
got. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're still balancing out a little bit. I'm very interested in what people are going to say, but overall, this was rendition 28B, I think it was.
Oh my
and,
gosh,
you know,
that's
there's an A, B,
hysterical.
C, and a D, and you'll see that light cinnamon. It's not just powdered sugar; it's cinnamon powdered sugar on the top of the pudding cake, and there is a much lighter stripe in the middle. It's not that. It's not what you see in the
Right,
in
right
the regular
there.
cinnamon crumb cake. It's the same filling, if you will, in our lighter lemon crumb cakes, which we'll talk about in a moment. But this is meant to be a French toast maple custardy
Amazing.
cake.
Oh,
that
amazing. All right, so
really
now
should light
we
your
do
taste
need to
buds on fire.
gloat
Yeah.
over some of the other flavors too, but
Yeah,
that's one of the
Go ahead.
choices.
Let's gloat.
Go for French
Let's
toast.
go. Okay.
Go get it. Yeah.
French toast, phenomenal. All right, so let's
Here, I'll
go.
hold that for you.
You want to? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I already got my
In
hands
the
dirty
cinnamon.
on this one. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the crumb on the cinnamon crumb. It's like perfection.
It's where it all began, and this is a pudding cake, and that's a really great shot of the workmanship, meaning that you see that layer of cake on the bottom and that cinnamon in the middle, and then another layer of cake and the crumb on top of that. Now, that gets done, there's lots of handwork there. We love doing handwork to give you a really good artisan feel. That's a big piece of cake, by the way. We say 6.5 ounces, but we call them our crumb artists. Our crumb artists really get told to cover that cake to make sure when we're putting the crumb on by hand, big pieces of crumb on top, making sure you get lots of crumb
Love
on every
it.
piece of cake.
And that's
And then
not
let's
all.
do the lemon.
Yeah.
Right? That lemon, I know that so many of our customers actually go crazy for this lemon, and we don't always offer it.
Yeah.
This is out of all the flavors
You
that
can
we
smell
do.
the
This is
lemon.
the real sleeper. And I get that locally up here in New York. People come into tastings and they'll say lemon crumb cake, and they kind of, scrunch up their nose, and they love it. It becomes their favorite. I'm going to take you back to the old days of lady fingers, a lemony lady finger. I wanted a lighter cake. You'll notice it's the white butter streusel topping. There's not a lot of cinnamon in this at all, except for a little bit in the filling. I wanted, I think you call it a tea cake. And what we in baking we refer to a tea cake is something that's not too heavy,
Right.
something pleasurable to eat.
Oh my gosh.
Meaning that if you eat half of it, it's not decadent. It's really meant to be a tea cake, an
The
afternoon
perfect thing
tea
to
cake
put with
or-
your tea. So
Yeah.
if you're having tea in the morning or in
Correct.
the afternoon, it has
Correct.
just enough of that lemony sweetness with the lemon oil to bring that tea full flavor. So here's the deal. You're getting a choice of 12 of each one of the flavors. So you can get 12 of the lemon crumb, 700 remaining, 12 of the cinnamon, 1,700, or 12 of the French toast, the new flavor. There's 1,600 of those. Or get the combo, 4 of each
of each, that's
flavor.
nice.
And that has been very popular. 3,500 available in those. There is no auto delivery. It works out to be $3.45 for a cake. And this cake, because of Jimmy's special process that Alberti is showing you, is wrapped and baked in that paper tray.
Wow.
So there are no corner pieces, no edges. It's like a center cut piece every single
It's
time.
so nice.
Beautifully said. Thank you. And that is true, because when we first sold these on QVC, we sold big sheets. Some people like the corners. If you're from New York, you like a corner because you could dip it in your coffee and all that stuff. Everybody wanted some version of the center. And when we found these papers, first for the cinnamon rolls, quite actually, and then the company also showed us every other shapes. It doesn't conduct heat. That's the whole point of it.
Right.
If you see that the size of this cake, it's beautiful caramelization of the cinnamon roll filling in the center of the cake, and you will notice that the cake actually bakes lighter on the side than it does on top. So
Oh, yes.
works out beautifully.
Are
You
you
get a
eating
really
French
nice
toast?
center cut.
No, I bit
piece
the
of
lemon.
crumb cake.
No.
I'm like, are you eating the French toast?
I just, since they're all here, I like to be
you want to
fair.
try all of them. You
and
want to be a
sample all of
combo.
them.
You want to do a combo.
I want the combo. I always pick the combo. Jimmy, we have a lot of summering to do still.
Yeah.
My girlfriends are getting together in a couple of weeks and coming over. We're going to grill and chill and do that whole thing. Next morning, I'm already planning what my breakfast is going to be. I ordered the bagels. I'm ordering the crumb cakes. So we've got stuff to put out in the morning. I'll probably cut them in half because I think they're so big. And when you're putting together a spread like this, it just looks so good to have the variety. So I love these. And I think that if you're someone who is trying them for the first time, do yourself a favor, get that combo if you can, because then you've got 3 different flavor profiles for your friends. Now, talk to us, Jimmy, too, about what to do with these, how we store them when we get them home. And when we get them, they're going to come to us ambient. Is that correct?
That's correct. We bake them and we ship them. Now it's hot out there.
Right.
And by the way, everything that I do, a lot of people ask me when I create something, it's always with shipping in mind. Shipping is a great equalizer in the food business. So these cakes are really sturdy. They're meant to hold up in shipping. Don't worry about that. I want you to put these right in the refrigerator or the freezer when you get them. They can stay at room temperature without much issue. But eating quality, I find, I like to eat. I always have one of these in my fridge.
Yeah.
A cinnamon crumb cake, or this week it's been a French toast crumb cake. And I like to eat them chilled. So keep one in the fridge, the rest in the freezer. They thaw in a matter of, 15 minutes or so. And by the way, I have not yet tried microwaving the French toast. I think that, now that I think of it,
How
I
about
think
we
that's
make
gonna
French
bring
toast with the French
That's
toast?
what I was gonna say. Well, maybe not dip it in the egg, but I was gonna say, could we heat up a griddle with some butter?
Yes.
Put the
Toast
French
it.
toast on top.
And you know what
maybe,
I would do? Slice it.
Oh yes,
And
slice it
then
across.
you get 2 sides of butter toasting.
I'm gonna get a knife.
Okay. We don't have a grill.
I totally forgot the grill. But I'll give you a confession. This actually started off, and you are going to see our new pound cakes, which are coming out momentarily. We're going to have a whole new 12-ounce pound cakes, and the French toast pound cake was the first one I introduced.
Was that the first one?
To the powers that be at QVC, and they said, "Hey, why not in the crumb cake?" And I'm thinking, okay, let me do something different. But it worked so well in the crumb cake because I was able to, with topping the cake itself with the white butter streusel and then the cinnamon sugar topping. Well, the playoff in flavors.
Oh my gosh. There you go.
This is genius.
Yes.
That was the most genius thing on the planet, right?
You're welcome.
Cut it straight across in 4, like this. Yes, thank you. And then you just put it like this.
Right.
On the
Right.
butter,
On the
on
griddle.
the flat top.
Toast the butter down on the griddle.
All right. I love it.
Eat that because I need to eat that because I touched it.
I know. You touched the whole thing, so the whole thing goes in our stash. All right, so here's some updates.
Syrup.
Lemon crumb, 550 remaining. Cinnamon, 1,500. And French toast, 1,500. Combo,
Oh no, I dropped one.
we have 2,700 remaining. Here's the deal. And how many did you say we sold, Mike, total? We've sold 2,400. 2,500, 1,000 of that has been just in the combo. So again, folks are doing what I do, and that is have the combo. There's not a bad one in the bunch, but if you know your family loves a particular flavor, dive in by all means.
If you love French toast,
but if
you
you're
get
not
French
sure,
I don't know. This is the sleeper.
if
French
you're not
toast
sure,
is the sleeper.
French toast. French toasted French toast is what we're talking about here,
my
Jimmy. Oh my gosh. We lost control a little bit. We're sorry, but it tastes so good. You just can't help enjoying it. Well done, sir.
That should be illegal,
Thank you.
Jimmy.
Thank you. Yes, I know. I've been known to skirt the limits of the law when I
You
create.
did not eat the piece off the floor, did you?
No, I didn't.
I thought he was going to pick it up
No.
and eat it off the floor.
Well, there's a
That's
5-second
okay.
rule, right?
Can't waste it. Jimmy the Baker, thank you so much. We'll keep everybody
you.
updated as we go through the show. But here's the thing. You have a limited time that you can enjoy that price, $41.40 for 12 6.5-ounce crumb cakes from Jimmy the Baker.